Hello, everybody. I'm just the recording has started. I'm just waiting for Bronwyn to join the room. She's going to be running a workshop for us today. And there's other people that might be joining as well. So just waiting.
Hi, everybody.
Everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Hello,
Hi,
Alison, Diane. Hello, Bron.
Hello.
goddesses.
Yeah, totally.
That's fine. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Diane, I know Lisa's in Ireland.
She leaves tomorrow night.
Oh, she leaves tomorrow. Okay, I knew it was imminent. She said
She said she was going to join. She told me she was going to join tonight.
okay, cool.
I love your Alison. I love your painting in the background.
Yeah, it's
Isn't that just perfect? Oh my god!
it's a
Fab.
beautiful drawing by
Oh,
Zoltan Bulbaraki. My husband used to be his apprentice,
I've
and
never heard of that person. Who is it?
Zoltan Bulbaraki. He lived in quite close to St. John's, sort of on the oval side, by the bridge there as you drive under
Oh wow!
the.
The sound
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't sound South African, though. Hey,
No, no, he's Hungarian,
wow!
and he's dead. But he's a sculptor, so
Oh,
if you did know him, you'd know his sculptures.
oh
Um,
wow!
but he had a penchant for his cleaning lady, and
So is that her?
that's her.
Oh, what a drawing! Hey, oh my god!
Uh, yeah, I
Oh,
sometimes wonder what people think when they see it in my bedroom, but I love
Oh
it.
no, it's gorgeous. I didn't know that your husband was an artist.
Yeah, we both studied fine arts, and then he went on to study interior design. So he's an interior designer now.
Okay.
But he was a sculptor. That's why he apprenticed with Sultan.
Oh
I didn't,
wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The network grows, hey?
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, should we give it a few minutes for Lisa? Maybe it's only 6 now. I'll send out a message saying we are on.
Alison, I see you've got a crystal, a ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Did you see it popping in? Yeah,
I
Di
saw it.
bought me a beautiful, beautiful ball.
Oh,
How stunning
that
is
is
it?
Oh,
so
Isn't
that's
it the most
stunning.
beautiful thing you've ever seen?
Where did you
from
get
the
it,
same
Di?
place I got mine. Yeah,
Karen.
Aaron.
Karen. Okay, I want
Yes,
to get
Aaron, you
one. I
met her.
couldn't find. I couldn't. I've got this, which is sort of opaque in areas, and then I've got something that I don't think will work. It's this glass hippo.
Oh, that's stunning.
I thought I would try and
fun.
look into its belly and see if it. And then I've got water. I've got a bowl of water.
Diane, do
We'll
you have a
see.
crystal?
I have two.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
beautiful.
How stunning.
Show them off. Put them up to the screen so we can see them.
This one's much more cloudy and it's got like ochre bits in. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, it's lovely.
And then this one is clearer, but it's, yeah, got lots of interesting bits in.
I want to
So-
get one. I want to get one soon.
Alison,
I've
can
been
you
longing for a crystal ball.
show us yours, Alice? Show us your balls.
So Di gave me a choice of the three. I took the biggest one, like a greedy guts.
It's a
But
gorgeous one.
when I
eh?
looked inside, I could see like a whole universe.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Hi, Lisa.
so
Hi.
and it's got a
Lisa.
lovely energy. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Nice
Hi.
to see you. Nice to meet you.
You too.
So glad you made it, even though you're going tomorrow. Thank you.
Pleasure. Sorry, I'm actually working off two screens, so if it looks like I'm not looking at you, it's because I'm used to working off a different screen.
Okay, no problem.
Hi,
Hi.
Hello. Far away.
Diane, Alison were just showing us their balls.
Di.
Where's yours, Lisa?
Oh, you got. Oh, wonderful.
Yes, my dear friend Di also got me one.
Oh, no
Diane.
ways. Diane, you're in supply of balls. Who
Amazing.
says girls can't have balls? Hey?
He's our ball dealer.
Totally. How divine.
Okay, yay, awesome. I think that's everybody then, so we can get going.
Awesome.
Yay, so do you guys want to do a very quick check-in? And I think let's check in with whatever our intention is for tonight. So I'm going to start. My intention for tonight is to be able to allow you guys to develop any one of your five senses in a more paranormal direction. And it could be more than just clairvoyant. It might be something else, but to expand our bandwidth so we can see and perceive more. That's the intention tonight.
Lovely.
Amanda.
I'll go. Well, I just thought I would try and look for something in the crystals or in the scrying process that was related to our workshop, like to see if there's a message for us or anything, anything that's needed. That's what I would like to be seeing.
Awesome.
Okay, so from my side, I've just been a little bit hectic lately, and I don't feel that I've connected in properly to the whole Cosmogenesis process, and I would like to just be more involved.
Arrive. Yay. We're happy you
Yes.
arrived on our little spaceship.
Beautiful. Alison, I'll nominate you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just fascinated. I mean, you kept mentioning scrying, and I wasn't even sure if it meant that it's crying in the bath, or I didn't know what it meant. So I had to look it up, and then I was like, oh, that's fascinating. I didn't know what it was. And yeah, I was trying to explain it to my very agnostic, one-dimensional, sort of spiritually one-dimensional husband, and I was saying, for me, these things are so interesting because in the same way that I use tarot cards and read up on my star sign, I like having hooks that can pull me into understanding this kind of void, if that makes any sense. And for me, a lovely way of explaining it is like it's almost like another tool. So I'm really fascinated and I can't wait to learn.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I want to just start playing with my balls.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Always a good option.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start with just what is scrying. So scrying is the use of a specula. So specula is anything that you can look at and through to divine something from the other side. So people have used glass, so they'll look into glass. You can look into a glass window and through it and perceive things. Mirrors, bowls, a bowl of water with a dark bowl of water. And what I like to do is I blow over the water, so I give it some ripples. And then as the ripples happen, I find that that's the easiest way to see something. I've never managed to see anything in just clear water. But if you have a reflection behind it, so scrying outside with a bowl of water is quite lovely when you have trees over you, because the movement of the leaves above you starts creating pictures. And the other way to do it is staring into a candle flame. And this is a fun thing to do. You stare into a candle flame for a while, and then you either cover your eyes and cover your eyelids, open your eyes so as though your eyes are open, you carry on focusing. And with your eyes covered, the candle flame begins to, the image that you have from the flame that's burned into the retina begins to move and things happen. That's quite a fun way to do it. For me, what happened was I got the idea to start scrying in a quartz point. So I think try your quartz point, because it worked for me, Amanda. The first things that I ever saw was taking off my glasses and just looking into the point and turning it around further and closer from my eye, and I started seeing things. And then I found out about Karen, who has these very cheap balls. So if anybody wants cheap crystal balls, Karen's very good at this. These cost about 1,500 Rand at Blissmonger.
Wow.
So Karen's really cheap compared.
That's amazing.
I also have this little egg that I use. Okay, so every one of your senses can be developed further. So clairvoyance means to see clearly. And if you hear, you can be clairaudient. So really quite funny is just before I started, I'd written out, while I'm looking at it, I'd written this out and I thought, is that enough? And I got a little buzz in my left ear, a little bit of a download that said, stop panicking, just do it. So clairaudient is people that hear things. You might hear voices, you might just get clicking or ringing in your ears, but when you get the ringing in your ears, you're getting a download of some kind, and sometimes you can understand it while it's happening, and sometimes it's something that comes later, in my experience. Claircognizant is also something that you can just have a knowing. So I find what's happening for me is the more I channel, the more I divine, the more I scry, the more claircognizant I am. I'm able to just know something. I'm able to just speak it, because I've developed my senses to the point that I trust it. And then there's clairsentience, which is the feeling. So with scrying, what's really fun is it's real play. What you're doing is you're looking for something, and whatever you see, your logical, rational mind is often going to say, well, you're just making that up. Oh, that's just pareidolia. You're seeing something and you're seeing a shape and you're turning it into something. But it's actually not, because that's how it starts for me. I'll see something and my mind will ascribe a meaning to the symbol that I'm seeing. And then immediately, the minute I've done that, that symbol begins to change and transmute. Mostly I'll spin the crystal a little bit, I'll move it around, I'll look for more clarity, and then I'll start to see the thing move. And it eventually can become like a movie for me. And the more you know your crystal, the more time you spend with your crystal, the more you're going to see in it. And because crystals are sentient, everything is sentient, crystals are very responsive to you. So the more you use them, the more you know them, the more you love them, the more you hold them. There's all kinds of, people will put their crystals in salt water to cleanse them. I actually just wash them in the bath with me. but you can put them in salt water to cleanse them, but they'll start to respond to you. And they'll start, the
Some
more
dissolve. Some dissolve in water like selenite.
Yes, no, only the quartz crystal you wash in. I wouldn't, in fact, I have a selenite here, and it is marked from being wet so much. No, but that's so light. I can't remember. Anyway, the quartz, it's very, very responsive. And what I found totally fascinating is this is my crystal where I see sphinxes and lamassus, my egg. But I stopped using it when I fell in love with this crystal for a long time. And then when I picked it up, I saw a whole bunch of new things that I'd never seen before. And bear in mind, at this point, I'd probably spent 40 hours staring into this crystal, and suddenly there were whole vistas that opened up. I took a break from scrying recently, came back to my crystal, and I saw a whole bunch of new things that I've never seen before, and I've probably done 100 hours in this ball.
Wow.
So the more you use it, the more things will emerge for you. Ray, my daughter, picked this crystal up, looked into it and said, oh, there's a skull, a talking skull. And I know that talking skull because I've seen it before. Amanda picked up this crystal and looked at it. I think you saw a rose and a man on a horse. Something like that.
I saw a whole lot of things. I saw a whole thing happen. Yeah, can't remember what it was.
So just bear in mind that these crystals are neither liquid nor solid. They are, especially quartz crystals, are a very, very unusual substance that they can't explain. They use quartz crystals when they make computers and when they make telephones, when they make watches, because crystals are transmitters. So this is a little antenna that you're dealing with that you can download with. Okay, so I also want to talk a little bit about, I told you about the candle. Now, the other thing, if you don't have a crystal, but also, not just if you don't have a crystal, I always recommend palming. Palming is such a beautiful thing to do. Firstly, 20 minutes of palming a day can reset your neural pathways completely. It gives you a kind of, firstly, it gives you silence and meditation, but it takes you into that deep, velvety black space. If you listen to near-death experiences or people that do channeling, they'll often talk about the void. And palming is the quickest way to access the void. So palming is covering your eyes so completely that no light gets in. And when I palm, I do it one of two ways. I'll either palm with my eyes just completely relaxed and not trying to use my eyes. And I'll just cover my eyes and I'll let myself go into that space. But then what I'll also do sometimes is focus my eyes on a point about 15 centimeters in front of my hand. So I'm actually looking with my eyes through my hands. And you can do that with your eyes open or closed under your palms. It doesn't make a difference. But you're using your actual eyes. So there's two ways of doing it, either not using my eyes at all or actually using my eyes. When I scry into the crystal, I use my eyes, and I generally do it with my glasses on because I actually want to focus on the inside of the crystal. I want to actually find those little occlusions and those little starry points or whatever it is, and I focus on those things using my actual eyes. And what happens is my third eye will go, oh, I can play here too, and then it activates. So you're actually using your eyes when you look into the scrying crystal, but you can also use it with your eyes closed just on your third eye. That's a beautiful way to use it. So I just rest my crystal there sometimes when I'm really tired, and I'll find that often with this, I get a much softer, often it's just colors that float across my eyes, and I'll get a lot more clear audience where I'll have voices potentially or ringing in the ears, or the clairsentience where I just know, I feel and I know something. Okay. So, so your eyes, this is a skill that you're developing with your eyes to develop your third eye. The scrying specifically is to develop your third eye. Palming is everything. So palming is a beautiful baseline to use. It's also very calming if you're feeling stressed. And if you have floaters, palming is one of the best ways to get rid of floaters, and to actually, it's very beneficial for eyesight. Palming, cutting out all of that light, is actually extremely good for your retina. So it's just good for you. And I recommend if you have the chance to palm for five minutes a day, because it really is very, very calming. Okay. So now you all have an intention. We have our intentions that we're working with today. When you're using any of these, when you're developing any of these skills, it's always important to have protection. So whoever your protectors are, whatever your deities are, if you want to bring in Jesus and Buddha or the goddesses, your own protection, divine feminine, divine masculine, your spirit guides, your angels, whatever it is, I always ground and shield before I do any kind of psychic work. And so I usually as well ground and shield, and I clear my chakras before I do any work as well. So I'm going to show you my very quick chakra clearing technique. And you have to excuse my messy bedroom. I'm in here because the rest of the house is freezing cold. Okay. So to clear my chakras, and for all of you to clear chakras, if you want to do that now, is take your hands and point them downwards and bring them down to root. And then breathe in as you come up towards your heart. At heart, you pause. And then you breathe out all the way up to the top. Down again. Then coming back to root again. And breathing in. I do this 3 times and then 1 more time. Okay. Breath is another, for me, pretty enormous part of scrying and of channeling and divine in any level. I find that I'll often stop breathing. And I don't even know how long I'm not breathing for, but I definitely know that I stop breathing for a minute or 2 at a time. And that's part of, for me, it helps me to, the holding of the breath or the breathing out and not breathing back in again also helps me to just be clear. So if your breathing changes and slows down dramatically, that's also part of it. Okay, so I'd like us all, are you guys ready to get going? We're going to start firstly with palming. Now remember, there are 2 ways of doing it, and you're going to do whatever feels comfortable for you, but I'm going to mention both ways. The first way is with your eyes completely covered, but your actual eyes focused about 10 to 15 centimeters in front of your hands, or just covered with your eyes completely relaxed. Okay. So just taking a lovely deep breath in, and allowing the oxygen to wash through your body and clean it. And on the out breath, relaxing completely and letting yourself relax with each breath in and breath out, bringing in the protection of your guardian angel, the goddess, the goddess, God, source, the guide. As you breathe and relax, notice that you're comfortably suspended in a beautiful velvety space. Your arms get tired, you can bring your elbows down to the table. Rest your hand on your palm. And this velvety space that you're in is a dark space, a comforting space. It's the womb. It's where everything comes from. This is the yin space. This is the plenum. This is pure potential. You might notice now that there's color, there's texture, there's sensation, There might even be temperature. Let your eyes see. Let your third eye open. Open all of your senses now. Your psychic ear tune. Your heart attune. Your mind attune. Open yourself for any messages. Any perceptions that bring you closer to your intention. And now as you float in this beautiful yin space, in the Akashic Sea, in the morphogenic field, allow your goddess to enfold you. Allow her to show you something. And now, with all 5 of us connected, allow our goddesses, our 5 goddesses, to link up. And to amplify our perception. Good. Now, having received our messages and this connection, goddess connection with each other, let yourself slowly and comfortably And back into the room. If you're having an encounter that needs to continue, you can switch your video off if you like and continue, or otherwise come back into the room. Right. Deeply immersive experience. Disconnecting. Breathing deeply. Letting your heartbeat come back into a normal silent rhythm. And coming back into the moment. When you're ready, you can drop your hands and sit back. Beautiful. Okay, so it does take a minute sometimes to come back. You've got a glass of water with you, a little drink can help you to ground. Awesome. Okay, so that's Palming 101. What I want you to do is practice this and practice it both ways. Practice using your actual eyes and then practice letting your eyes relax because you will have two completely different experiences. Cool. So does anybody want to say anything?
My physical eyes aren't working now.
Okay.
I've been taking my glasses off and on because I'm trying to focus and I can't.
That does happen sometimes as well. So the other thing also is, I should have mentioned, you use your palms so that you're not putting any pressure on your eyeballs. Because if you do this, sometimes it'll make your eyeballs.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Diane, you ended up far away.
I saw a sunrise. I saw a hilltop. I saw a woman on a horse with fabric draping out in the wind. It was quite amazing.
A goddess, I think, on a horse.
Yes, I think so too. Definitely felt like that, yeah.
Beautiful, thank you. Lisa, did you get any vision?
It's just a bit of flowing color.
Beautiful.
So when it kind of melts into other colors.
Okay, gorgeous. Alison?
Yeah, it was quite interesting because it was sort of I had images of flowers kind of opening, and they were turning into lots of different flowers. And then I was in the park, but I was very much with water. And there was by the water at the park because yeah, it felt like I was being protected by water.
That's one of your happy places as well, eh?
Yes.
Divine. Amanda?
I had sort of a couple of shapes. I've just drawn them, like the initial shape. It was like a bit of a spiral, like almost like I've drawn it, and it looks a little bit like one of those. I don't know, is it like a nautilus shell or something that looks like a spiral in segments, you know? And then later I had another shape, and I'm not exactly sure what it means. I'm just going to think about it. So those are the two. It's almost like that shape is that shape
on the inside.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what the meaning is yet, but I'm sure it will come. Maybe it's got something to do with us all being a piece of the shell or something. Like each one of us is a segment of that spiral, that flow, something.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll see. Yeah. What else?
Divine. Well, that's a little bit of knowingness. It's clear sentience. It's knowing and feeling. So yes, go with it. I always say, whatever comes up for you, go with it, because that's your inner voice speaking. That's your inner goddess showing you. Okay, so one thing that happens for me, and I didn't want to mention it before we palmed, because I didn't want to influence anybody else's experience. I will see an eye almost immediately. When I cover my eyes and I look, I almost immediately get an eyeball. It's a classic eyeball shape, and I'll look into the eye. Sometimes the eye will change shape a few times, but the minute I lock gazes with it, I then go into the eye, down a wormhole. I'll often see flashing colors coming by as I'm going through either a tube or occasionally a square, and then I'll end up somewhere. So it's wormhole for me. But again, I've been doing this in the bath since 2023. So it's 3 years of practicing this. And I'm now able to almost immediately go in a wormhole, go somewhere cool. That's awesome. So that's fabulous, guys. You all did really, really well. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to grab our crystals, and Amanda's going to grab her hippo or your quartz point. Okay, cool. Okay, so again, with the scrying, you're actually using your eyes, and there's different ways of doing it. So you can hold the ball in front of you and look into it. You need to have a light source. I'm actually going to have a light source here. You need to have a light source in front of you so that you can look, so that you can, it will be illuminated. If you're just looking into it, it's often a little bit dark. So I'm going to put my light source here, and I'm just going to tell you how. So I'm going to scry and tell you what's happening for me, and then I want you guys to. So. Okay, sorry, there's 2 ways of doing it. You can either hold the ball at a distance from yourself and then move it around until you see something. I'm seeing at this point a fractured pyramid, and above it is coming from the sky. It looks like it's something plunging down towards Earth. It's like a meteor storm hitting Earth. It's decimated a landscape, and there's a pyramid in pieces. I don't know how I know it's a pyramid, but I do. And it's a landscape of complete desolation. There's nothing left here. It feels like Mars. I get Mars quite a bit. Okay, so that's how it works for me when I'm looking into it like that. That's not my preference. My preference is to hold it to my eye. As I hold it to my eye, I'm spinning it around until I get something. When I get something, when I get a symbol or a picture that I can translate, I'm getting a man or an entity. He's got something like, it looks like almost a horn or rabbit ears of some kind, but they're going forward. But it's definitely a man. He's got a man's torso. And it goes down to a pair of feet. Right, so then once I've got something, I move it around to see what it is and to see what else is there. Is anybody seeing anything?
Butterfly wings.
Awesome. What else?
I've got birds
Good.
flying. They can
Beautiful.
move things.
Yeah, I'm looking, it's interesting because you know how you said you need like the cloudy bits to look at to make images. So I'm looking through this hippo and there's still a bit of this label, but it's sort of scratched off. And when I focus on the one section of it, it's sort of starting to give me images. It's like a scratched off bit of the label. So I can see, so I've got a skull there as well. It was a skull and then it was a bird, like we should all try and draw the images, you know, so that you can have some kind of record, because like sometimes the shape, so it's like a, I don't even know what kind of a bird it is, but it's like its wings are up and it's looking up at the sky.
It's beautiful. So once you've got something, it might be a bit more difficult for you, Amanda. I like to spin it around. So I've still got this weird bunny, and it looks actually like Donnie Darko. I don't know if anybody remembers Donnie Darko. So what I'm going to do with this bunny man is I'm going to turn it around so I can see what he's looking at. I'm going to look from his perspective. He's looking at another creature. So you can also do that. So that's how I work it. I'll see something, and if I see an entity, I want to see what they're looking at. So I'll go into their perspective to see what they're looking at. And then I'll sometimes spin it around to see what the other thing is seeing when it looks at the entity. I've never seen a Donnie Darko, by the way. That's you guys' energy.
Yeah, it's interesting because when you've got the light source behind it, you can really go inside. So I'm like in Game of Thrones, got like this river with these boats and a dragon that's swimming in the water that's got its head out. And there's a bridge in the background. It's amazing. It's like a whole world.
It's fabulous, isn't it? It's like a movie.
Yeah. And it keeps moving and you can keep finding it again.
Lisa, are you getting anything?
But an eye. It's a very small eye, and I can't quite tell what it belongs to.
So you don't know if it's a human or an animal.
No, it's an animal.
And what happens when you look into it?
I've lost it now.
Amanda, are you getting anything from your point?
I'm not yet. I'm just figuring out like how, what distance to look. So now I'm getting something. She's like it's like a goddess, but she's on her throne. She's big. She's naked. She's on this throne and she's naked. She's got boobs.
Beautiful.
Do you always look with the same eye, Bronwyn?
No, that's the other thing. I swap from eye to eye. Sometimes this eye gets tired, but also I do remembering that your left will be more feminine, your right will be more masculine. So you're going to get different energies from the different eyes. So I absolutely look through both eyes. Sometimes nothing happens out of one eye. And I think, oh, there's going to be nothing today. And then I swap it to the other eye and it's just like an explosion.
It's very interesting, the different eyes.
Hmm. And the other thing that's interesting is glasses and no glasses. So you can also do it with no glasses. And I find that when there's no glasses, it's a much more liminal thing. It's less visual and more feeling. I'm actually getting some kind of confrontation now between two people that are fighting, they're angry. And there's something between them that they can't see, but I can. So this is why it's less of a cartoon when when I'm looking without the glasses and more of a feeling thing. I get immediately know an emotion, like they're fighting.
Yeah, so my crystal's working. So I'm getting lots of different things. They're like almost like a nativity where it's almost like people riding on a horse, but they're going to like see Jesus being born. It's like that kind of thing, like the three wise men. Just going to write these things down so I can remember. Three wise men.
Well,
and then I'm
that's
also getting there's another little being coming through, like a face.
Diane, have you tried holding it to the eye?
I've been through two different realms. So I'm seeing a water realm with starfish and jellyfish, and then it goes up into the air, and I've seen a mosquito and a dragonfly and the butterfly wings and a bird. So like air and water.
Wow.
Beautiful. Sheesh, you guys are amazing. This is so fab.
It's not a great light in this room. I look forward to being able to use another light and explore it with another light source. And yes, with different my ones and my threes and my nuns.
I love sunsetty time, like
Yes.
out onto the patio and just watching the sunset and bringing it up to my eye. It's a beautiful
Cool.
time because you can look at the sun. Lisa, have you tried with and without the glasses?
I have. I'm really struggling with my physical eyes tonight.
And I'm getting tired now. Just doing that, it's quite tiring. I think it's probably takes practice.
Yeah.
It does. And I didn't get very much at all. You guys are doing really well. I didn't get very much at all the first few times.
I'm seeing a mantis now.
That's
Very
so cool.
clear mantis.
So the other way to do it is just to put it on the bridge of your nose and just put it against your third eye and close your eyes and just see if anything comes with that. Now, what happens for me is actually just I get a very calming purple color generally when I do that. I think that's just my third eye being loved by the crystal. I get a beautiful purple feeling. And what you're actually doing when you do that is you're extending your actual third eye because you're putting it over it and you're using the quartz as an antenna just to make that third eye more able to act as an antenna. I actually can feel my third eye pushing through the crystal when I do it. This is a very beautiful way also to attune your crystal, because putting it to your third eye is saying, this is what I want you for. This is what you're here for. Them plants and our food. Getting your quartz pointers.
I just want to get another crystal. I just want to see if I could get something else from it.
Alison, how was that?
Yeah, I definitely got colors. It was interesting because it was dark, kind of reds and then greens, but deep colors, and then it kind of eventually went into a very bright teal kind of yeah, quite a beautiful teal color at the end. But I didn't get any visions.
Beautiful. Diane, I could see you were also deep in there again.
Like a unicorn tail of many colors. And then with each breath, like I went through the colors that I'd originally seen all together. And then I slowed down and I was able to sit with quite a few of the colors for a little while. And then there was a very strong sensation from my feet really up to my head. And I felt like aligning and cleansing and clearing. And I was tingling all over. And then it like ended with this beautiful white light.
Beautiful. Sounds like you did a bit of a color healing again. And Lisa?
So when I held it up to my third eye, that was interesting. It was like an hourglass. So there was light coming in and coming through into me, but it was going both ways. And then it morphed into a lighthouse. And you know how the light keeps coming back? It was doing that.
That's beautiful.
Mm.
Wow.
Mhm.
Amanda?
I was having just different visuals. So I saw these wise men sort of, but they were on horses. But yeah, and then a couple of faces, and that's it really. I just yeah, and then the mantis being. And then the rest was just like I wasn't so in love with this crystal, I have to admit.
Okay, we're going to get you another one.
Yeah.
But also, the more you use and love your crystals and carry them with you, the more resonant they're going to be for you. So as much as possible, put them in a pocket, put them in your handbag, but just, I mean, I'll sometimes just sit and watch TV or whatever I'm doing and I'll just hold it. But I do spend at least 3 or 4 times a week, an hour or so in the bath with them. So they are getting very attuned to me. So it sounds like the three of you had almost a color bath, like a color healing.
Mm.
Quite incredible. But also realizing that when you're doing that, applying a crystal, a healing crystal to your third eye. So there's going to be a lot of chakra cleansing that happens there as well. Divine. So I think that's probably enough for tonight. It's going to be a bit overwhelming if we do any more. I want you guys to, as homework, try all the different ways of doing it. And if you find a crystal that resonates with you as well, look out, because you will find crystals as you go that will jump out at you, that will want to come along with you on your journey. And practice. But the palming is something you can do everywhere. So palming, I'll often, if I'm sitting in the car waiting for the kids, I'll sit like this and just find myself in other places. It's great to be able to transport yourself into other worlds.
Lovely.
Awesome, everybody. Thank you so much. That was so much fun.
Thank you very much.
I'm excited about doing this when we're there. So we're all going to bring our crystals with us to the calendar and we're going to scry together. It's going to be so beautiful when we're all able to sit together in a group and do this in person with our goddesses in the place on that ley line. We're going to be transported, I think.
Gorgeous. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Too tight.
How do I end this, babe?
So leave at the top there.